They have won here in the past, Eastbourne. Last year when Maidstone played them here, Maidstone won 2-0. It's a penalty in the first half from Devonte Arancibia, and Levi Amanchi scored in the second half. And of course Maidstone won 5-1 down at Priory Lane. That was towards the back end of last season. It was an interesting fixture, to put it mildly. The hosts were reduced to 9 men that day. Maidstone went 1-0 ahead. Eastbourne equalised, an absolutely astounding finish. I can't remember the player's name, I'm afraid.
Pierce Bird. Wonderful strike.
It was an amazing goal. And then Maidstone kicked on in the latter stages of the second half when Eastbourne had been reduced to 9. Lamar Reynolds scoring a hat-trick. Remember, the year that we won the league here, Eastbourne actually won here, almost in a sort of right-back position at the moment. He plays it back to Iweka, and Iweka's ball just drifts through.
Seen that a lot on occasion this season for the Stones, Fred, is where they've only got the 4 at the back. Corn drops in as sort of a quasi-centre-back to give Seaman and/or Brooks that chance to break down the wings, to get a bit more space and to have that defensive cover as well.
Well, Oliver Kensdale for Eastbourne is playing a risky game here, and he's lost possession, and it's with Gurung, and Gurung is going to shoot. And Gurung scored! Gurung has scored an absolute stunner for Maidstone.
Happy nearly Barrow-versary.
Reminiscent, very reminiscent of that goal he scored almost a year ago against Barrow. A fabulous strike from Bivesh Gurung to make it 1-0 to Maidstone. And it all stemmed, I have to say it, from Eastbourne trying to play it out from the back like they're Barcelona or Man City or somebody. They were knocking it around. They played a risky pass to the edge of the area. They were mugged, and Bivesh Gurung. But here's Papadopoulos. He plays it back to Corn. Corn tries to find Brooks, but it's just a little bit under hit. And now Eastbourne can break on the right-hand side with Clark. And Clark has made a good 30-40 yards there, crossed towards the far side of the area. Could be half a chance there. There could be a shout for a penalty here. It's a shot just wide. And I think
Stones got away with on there, Fred. There's definite handball by Corn in there, I think.
That's what I thought.
It taken away from him and took the slightest of deflections off the tips of his fingers. And Andre Jr.'s done the same, which he's legally allowed to do, of course. And
it's one of those mistakes that you struggle to live down. Seaman knew as soon as the ball had left his boot that had the potential to go very badly wrong, and luckily for him it didn't. It's Cissé for Eastbourne on the right-hand side of midfield. And Blair is going to pick it up for Mason, and Blair has done really well there. The advantage is being played. Cundall advances to the edge of the area. Cundall is into the area, and Cundall shoots just wide. And Blair was initially fouled, wasn't he? Yep. And Cundall ran on. He just couldn't quite get it out, get the right angle on that one.
Could be onto a bit of a thing there for the Stones, but right idea, just a bit too much on it.
Barry throws it into, well, he tries to throw it into a teammate, but Blair has won it back from Maidstone. And now Blair is towards the corner flag. Blair is going to shoot from the angle here, and very nearly headed in by Bird. I think that was going to go wide, and I think the keeper had it covered.
All comes from Iweka's challenge right down in front of us here, Fred. He gets that left-footed challenge round the attacker.
There's very little margin for error for Eastbourne there. Eastbourne all in pink here this evening. And the ball is whacked across field in the direction of Innocent, I believe it is. And Iweka slices that one over the bar. And that one very nearly could have ended up in the back of the net as well. We said that Eastbourne were, lucky is probably the wrong word. They got away with one a few minutes ago. Bird is going to float this one into the area towards the penalty spot where Bentley gets his head to it. It's knocked back into the danger area, and there's a header downwards. It's a goal for Eastbourne. It's the equaliser, and it's Alexander who heads it. Well worked in the end. I don't quite know what was going on in the Maidstone backline, but Alexander has equalised for Eastbourne Borough. Ball was floated in by Bird. It was knocked back across the area, and Alexander with a diving header has squared things up for the Borough here.
Yeah, he's a man in form, Alexander. Wanjo Smith has been effective when he has gotten the ball, of course. Had that good run into the box, didn't he, and released Bentley, who just couldn't get round his marker.
I think they're going to be looking to get him on the ball a bit more.
Definitely.
Eastbourne probably aware of the danger. As Bentley has the ball from Maidstone on the left-hand side of defence. Papadopoulos is striding into opposition territory. Cundall is onside for Maidstone. And Cundall picks the ball up on the far side. He's being challenged by Cisse. It's rolled back into Papadopoulos. He's on the edge of the area. He's going to try and find a space to shoot. He shoots. Oh! He scores! What a goal that is from Papadopoulos. It brilliantly set up. Took a touch and picked his spot. It's 2-1 Maidstone. And what a hit that is, Sean.
Absolute perler. He had a cracking volley at Bath this time last week. And that one, he's just picked his spot and he's bent it. It's not the most powerful strike in the world, Fred, but it's just nestled and it rolls around the net, and the Stones, for the second time today, get themselves ahead.
All kinds of indignities that season.
Putting that politely as well.
But he did come back for the final couple of games as Blair rides a challenge and lays it off for Fowler. Fowler now breaking down the right-hand side. Seaman was running into space for him, but he lays it off to Papadopoulos instead. And Fowler trying to ride the challenge of the Eastbourne number 24, Dominic Odesanya. Ball is chipped into the area. Blair and Cundall run into each other. Sits up for Fowler. Fowler's into the area. Blair will shoot, and it's just scrambled clear. Hasn't been cleared completely yet. Cundall, edge of the area, lays it back to Seaman. Seaman crosses it into the area, and this time Joseph Wright will pick it up. I think it's Rhys Greenwich tussling with somebody.
Of course it is.
Iweka is currently offside. He's now back onside. The ball is floated towards the far side of the area where Greenwich forces a corner.
Yeah, an Eastbourne head that headed that over. It was the man tussling with Greenwich that's nodded that over. So Stone's just trying to keep the pressure on in his last 7 minutes, Fred. Whether the two are linked, we'll find out later on this evening. 2-2 there.
Interesting throw in from Maidstone that wasn't penalised. And Eastbourne still can't clear it. It might fall for Riley Court. Court just shoots wide. He did really well there. And it goes out of play for a throw-in, which will be taken quickly by the Eastbourne captain, Brad Barry. So sporting a Sheerness arm warmer there. So the ball goes towards Fowler, headed towards Pavey. Pavey's going to get the chance to shoot here, and it's a great save by Andre Jr. And there's going to be well, I thought for a second there was going to be a penalty there. There's a coming together between, I believe it was Bamber and possibly Fowler. But it's gone out for a goal kick, so Eastbourne are going to get the chance to whack the ball forward here. Right, hoons that one downfield looking for Pavey. He's beaten to it by Fowler, and it's chipped over the top for Blair, and Wright is out to try and control it, and there could be a third for Maidstone here. Blair is through on goal. Blair has to score, and Blair does score. Well, you've been talking all night about Thierry Henry, and that was exactly like the goal that he scored at Highbury against Fabien Barthez all those years ago. The keeper came out of his area. Initially, he looked like he'd dealt with it. He's getting pelters from Alfie Pavey. He should have whacked it downfield. He tried to play it out of defence. He got caught out, and Blair mugged him, absolutely mugged him there, Sean.
Sacre bleu, mon ami. Voom, 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 etc., etc. And it's a 2-goal lead with a couple of minutes left.
Yeah, 3-1 to Maidstone now.
Exactly where they need to be.
We are in the 4th minute of 6 added. And you would think that Aaron Blair has killed that, and now Wanjao Smith just lays it into the path of Sam Corn. Sam Corn tries to buy a foul. And so the ball goes out of play. Sam Corn has got to be careful here. He's been... Well, there's all sorts going on in the corner. We said this was a clean game. A red card has been shown. And everyone has got to calm down here, because I don't quite know why it's kicked off. This is in the far corner, farthest from us. Somebody has been sent off. We're just trying to work out who it is that's been sent off. Greenwich is restraining somebody over there. What happened was Corn went in on somebody trying to challenge for it, but he didn't really need to.
Yeah, it was Corn.
He got put into the barriers. Now, whether he was thrown into the barriers or whether it was momentum that took him in there, we don't know. But somebody has been sent off.
It does.
So we've seen it plenty of times. Bird is going to try and throw this one in towards the edge of the area. Diarra with the flick on. It's bouncing awkwardly. It's eventually dealt with by Maidstone. Innocent is being forced towards the corner flag by Temi Iweka, and the ball is put out of play by Riley Court, and that will be the final whistle. So final score here, Maidstone United 3, Eastbourne Borough 1. Maidstone taking the lead with a terrific shot from Bhivesh Gurung. Eastbourne equalising through George Alexander 10 minutes after the restart. It was Papadopoulos with a goal that was nearly as good as Bhivesh Gurung's to restore Maidstone's lead around about the 70-minute mark. And then just at the end there, Aaron Blair mugging the goalkeeper, Joseph Wright.